Each venue will feature their own signing commemorating Law Week. First, we begin on Guam with Chief Justice Robert Torres.
Buenas, Zanhapade. I'm Chief Justice Robert Torres of the Judiciary of Guam, and welcome to the 2023 Law Month Proclamation and Resolution Ceremony.
That's their
Hafade, Chief Justice Castro.
But they can see Senator, we can see the mayor,
yeah.
they can see me.
Yes, Your Honor. You just need to do that.
Chief Justice Torres, go ahead. We can hear you clearly from here.
Hafade, Chief Justice Castro.
Camera on this way. On the camera.
We're ready for your part, Chief Justice. Can they hear us in Rhoda, please? Of course, technology is wonderful when it works. Throughout every test, it worked perfectly. And now that we're at the live event, we can't seem to get Rhoda on board. There's Senator Magnolia. Chief Justice Castro, Hafade, can you hear me? Judge Magnolia, Senator Magnolia, can you hear me? It doesn't appear that we're able to get audio from Rhoda. So let's go ahead and proceed to Judge Magnolia in the CNMI United States District Court.
Hafade, Tiro. I am Chief Judge Ramona Magnolia. This year's Law Month theme is Cornerstones of Democracy, Civics, Civility, and Collaboration. To celebrate the judiciary of the Northern Manila Islands, the U.S. District Court for the Northern Manila Islands, the U.S. District Court of Guam, the Judiciary of Guam, the Guam Bar Association, and the CNMI Bar Association have collaborated for this unique joint ceremony.
Governor Leon Guerrero. Just press the mic. No, hold on.
Okay.
Just press the mic button.
Thank you, Chief Justice Torres. It's an honor to be here to commemorate this important event for our region. 65 years ago, President Dwight D. Eisenhower proclaimed the first Law Day as a day of national dedication to the principles of government under law. Today, that celebration continues with our island's commemoration of Law Day on the first day of every May. Every year, the American Bar Association also selects a theme to guide the event's festivities. This year's theme recognizes that we can collaborate to overcome our differences, resolve our disputes, and preserve our democracy and republic. Too often, we witness division, decreasing faith in institutions, and a growing distrust of our leaders. These challenges are aggravated by a general lack of understanding of civics and by incivility in our public discourse. Law Day and Law Month are occasions to educate our public on these issues and to honor the dedicated men and women whose work is essential to preserving our democracy and upholding the rule of law. Now, therefore, I, Lourdes Leon Guerrero, Magahagang Guahan, Governor of Guam, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Organic Act of Guam as amended, do hereby proclaim April 21st, 2023 to May 30th, 2023 as Law Month and May 1st, 2023 as Law Day, and do further call upon the people of Guam to celebrate the rule of law in our region and reflect how our laws and judiciary serve to protect our life and liberty.
In witness whereof, I, Joshua F. Tenorio, Segundo Mega Lahing Guahan, Lieutenant Governor of Guam, hereby together with the Mega Haga, cause the Great Seal of Guam to be affixed in the capital city of Hagatna on this 21st day of April in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini 2023.
Thank you, Governor and Lieutenant Governor, and half a day to all those in attendance today's special ceremony. Law Day calls on leaders and members of the legal profession to promote civics, civility, and collaboration, the cornerstones of our democracy, in order to rebuild trust in our institutions, respect for one another, and a willingness to collaborate to address the collective challenges that face our islands. It is also a time to celebrate the rule of law and to honor those who continuously strive to uphold the court's collective principles, ensuring that justice prevails on our islands. With that, I now present Legislative Resolution 85-37 COR relative to recognizing the judiciary of Guam, the judiciary of the Northern Mariana Islands, the U.S. District Court of Guam, the U.S. District Court of the Northern Mariana Islands, and the Guam Bar Association for their outstanding service they provide to our island communities, and commending them for their advocacy of justice and equality as we join them in the celebration of Law Month from April 21 to May 30, 2023, and Law Day on May 1, 2023.
Thank you, Governor, Lieutenant Governor, and Speaker, for your strong and consistent support of Law Day and Law Month. As part of our efforts to educate the community, the Judiciary of Guam, the U.S. District Court of Guam, and the Guam Bar Association will be holding a series of events throughout the next month to highlight the importance of civics, civility, and collaboration. Among these events are an essay contest on this year's theme, fairy tale mock trial plays, the Guam Girl Scouts Justice Patch on April 29th, the Jump for Justice Fitness event on May 5th, a forum on civility and leadership, which will take place on May 10th, the presentation of the 2023 Justicia Award on May 11th, and the Race Judicata on 5K on May 13th. We hope those in the audience today and watching on our YouTube channel can join us in expressing our region's commitment to the rule of law. Justice Manglonia.
Thank you and congratulations to the Judiciary of Guam. Now we'll turn to the CNMI with Justice John Manglonia, Governor Arnold Palacios, Lieutenant Governor David Apatang, and Chief Judge Ramona Manglonia on Saipan.
Buenas and welcome to the Justicia and the Supreme Court. We just had a pre-broadcast ceremony here with great musical performance from Saipan Community School. Thank you, students. And let me just mention who's with us here in the Supreme Court. We have Governor Palacios, Lieutenant Governor Apatang, Senate President Edith De Leon Guerrero, Speaker Edmund Villagomez, Saipan Mayor R.B. Camacho, Northern Islands Mayor Valentino Taisica, Presiding Judge Naraha and Judge Gavendo and Bogdan, CNMI Bar President Charlie Hudson, and Court Director Sonia Camacho. Thank you all for joining us. And now I turn the mic over to Governor Palacios and Lieutenant Governor Apatang to give us some remarks and sign the proclamation.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Half a day.
Half a day.
Go. Bye, show. It is indeed an honor for me to join the judiciary from Saipan, Rota, Tinian, and Guam on this momentous day. Today, we gather to commemorate and celebrate Law Week, a time for us to reflect on the fundamental principles of our democracy and justice system. It is my honor and privilege to proclaim May 1st through the 5th, 2023 as Law Week in the Commonwealth. This year's theme, Cornerstone of Democracy, Civics and Civility and Collaboration, serves as a powerful reminder that these three principles lie in the heart of our democratic process. As President Dwight D. Eisenhower first established in 1958, Law Day is a day of national dedication to the principles of government under law. In 1961, Congress expanded Law Day to a week-long celebration highlighting the importance of our justice system and the rule of law. Throughout our nation's history, we have faced divisions in society, aggravated by instability in public discourse and insufficient understanding of the constitutional process and civic engagement. However, we must remember that even the American founders overcame deep divisions to craft our charter of government. As President Lincoln proclaimed, we are not enemies, but friends. Though passion may have strained, it must not break our bonds of affections. In the spirit of Lincoln's words, we must work together, cultivating civility and collaboration in public life, as these virtues are essential to the operation of our democracy and government. Our leaders must also promote collaborations to overcome our differences and resolve our disputes. By doing so, we can strengthen the bonds of affection, however, between citizens and ensure an understanding of how our constitutional order safeguards the blessings of liberty. So as we celebrate Law Week, let us all practice the virtues of civility and collaboration and dedicate ourselves to civic responsibility. I encourage everyone in the Commonwealth and in our region to work together to overcome our differences, resolve our disputes, and preserve our democracy and republic. In closing, let me reaffirm our commitment to the rule of law and the principles of democracy. May we uphold the cornerstone of democracy and continue to cherish and protect the values that make our Commonwealth strong and resilient. Thank you. Jesus Masi, and may God bless the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands.
We will now move over to Lieutenant Governor David Apatang.
Good morning. Good morning, dan buenos dias para todo yang menggaigi guni naugan. Dan doki todo hamzon yang menggaigi the Tinian, Luta dan Guam. Governor Palacios and I want to give the Northern Mariana Islands Judiciary, both the Superior Court and Supreme Court, a big thank you for inviting me to this very special occasion to witness a part of this Law Week proclamation signing ceremony. Governor Palacios and I want to welcome the Honorable Lou Leon Guerrero, Governor of Guam, and Lieutenant Governor Justin Tenorio, Lieutenant Governor of Guam, who are joining us this morning virtually. And this is the wonders of technology. Mr. Chief Justice Alexandro Castro, Mr. Associate Justice John Manglonia, and Mr. Associate Justice Perry Enos, Idris Masi, and thank you for having me join you also this morning. In the same manner, to Idris Masi, and thank you to the presiding Judge Robert Naraha, Judges Joe Camacho, Kenneth Gubendo, Teresa Kim, and Wes Bogdan for welcoming me to be part of this morning's ceremony also. This year's Law Week theme is democracy, civics, civility, and collaboration, a theme that the American Bar Association adopted. Mr. Associate Justice Manglonia offered me this opportunity to give a brief remark this morning, and I'm trying to think how to say something about democracy and be brief about it. I knew the task was going to be a difficult one. I mean, how can one say something about democracy in brevity and still deliver the substance of it? But after much consideration, I think I can say a lot and still be brief at it, since in my opinion, Mr. Associate Justice Manglonia did not define the word brief, and I can say the word was ambiguous. My interpretation may be subject to appeal. The bedrock of our political, social, and economic system is democracy. Democracy is far and wide-ranging in its effect, and it is not in isolation. Democracy, I believe, is alive and well in any place in the continental United States of America, its territories and possessions. Other countries that enjoy peace, free access to opportunities to flourish, the unrestrained expression of ideas, practices, and beliefs, among many others, derive these core things from healthy humanity and democracy. Respect for democracy is critical in the preservation of human dignity. In our modern day and age, we have become, in my opinion, more liberal in how each of us express ourselves, how each of us identify ourselves, how each of us associate with one another, with whom to associate, where to live, how to live, who to include, and etc. Without democracy, these choices we have might mean nothing. We live in a peaceful environment and thrive in it because each of us owes the other mutual respect. The rule of respect, that is civility, requires us to give space to others, to listen to other fellow men, concur or defer with opinions of others in urban manner. And maybe most importantly, to see one another as person, not as object. Even in today's political, social, and economic environment, criticism is prevalent about one's choice to express himself or herself openly on a subject he or she is passionate about, regardless whether the expression genuinely reflects the sentiment of the day. You know, in our present day, we hear about someone being canceled, be it based on truth or falsehood. A person or an institution can be subject of being canceled. But even this new hype we know as cancel culture, I think there is some hint of respect in it all. There, I think, is where our democracy is louder than anything else, where civility, even in the midst of disagreement. And canceling keeps us all in check. Thank you, and I wait for the opinion of the court, whether my remarks this morning was brief. Thank you, and Sejus Mosi.
All right, thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor, and I believe now we'll sign the proclamation here in the CNMI. All
And
right.
while we're signing the proclamation in the CNMI, just give me an opportunity to introduce the other distinguished guests who are here in addition to the governor, the lieutenant governor, and the speaker. First of all, from the Judiciary of Guam, we have Justice F. Philip Carbolito, Justice Catherine Merriman, Judge Dana Gutierrez, Judge John Terlahi, Magistrate Judge Michael Bordallo, and we have the Senator Tello Taitagui and Senator Jesse Lujan. We also have the administrator of the courts, Danielle Rossetti, and U.S. Attorney Sean Brown.
Now we will move to Gualarai, where Chief Judge Ramona Manglonia is at the U.S. District Court for the NMI.
Thank you, Tomas. It is truly a pleasure for the district court to hold its first ever Law Week proclamation ceremony at our own courthouse. In prior years, Magistrate Judge Heather L. Kennedy and I have joined the CNMI judiciary at the Guma Justicia. And so we are certainly honored to celebrate this important event with the rest of the judiciaries in the Marianas from here. This morning, she and I, as well as our court staff, are joined by some high school students. And from Marianas High School, we have the Rhythm and Harmony Glee Club, who just beautifully sang both the national and CNMI anthems to open up our ceremony this morning, as well as a member of their high school mock trial team, who happens to be the reigning 2023 CNMI High School mock trial camp. So there she is. This is Ms. Anastasia Shamaneva. Please stand up. And we also have another student from Saipan Southern High School. We have mock trial member and graduating senior, Mr. Matthew Sutherland. So welcome, Mr. Sutherland. Please be seated. And from the legal community, we have Assistant U.S. Attorney, Mr. Albert S. Flores Jr., who just assisted by reading the proclamation, as well as Ms. Ashley Poss. Morning, Ms. Poss. And representing the defense bar is Mr. Robert T. Torres, not Jay, it's Robert T. Torres, a Criminal Justice Act panel member. And last but not least, we have our Ninth Circuit lawyer representative, Ms. Nicole M. Torres Ripple. And in the gallery, we have Mr. Michael White, who has been a longtime member of the CNMI bar, and I recognize him as the ABA representative for the CNMI bar for, he corrected me, I thought it was a decade, but he said 9 years. I think it sounds like a decade. So it's really nice that he's here in person to celebrate this event that is really a big one for the ABA. And in addition, we do have some of our federal law enforcement officers here. From the U.S. Marshal Services, we have the Chief Deputy, Jane Woolhite, Marshal Woolhite, joined by the ever-present roaming port security officers, like someone here to my right. And from the U.S. Probation Office, we have our probation officers, Officer Gregory Ariola and one David Atalik with the staff. And so welcome to all of you, and thank you for joining us. This year, we started our Law Day related activities a little early. Just the other day, the district court hosted the CNMI Bar Association's continuing legal education session on ethics, which was held here at our jury assembly room. And today we're kicking off our district court's third annual photo contest based on the ABA's Law Day theme. The photo contest complements the Ninth Circuit Civic Contest in the video and essay categories that just closed this month at the district court level. And so the contest will culminate with the Ninth Circuit wide winners being recognized at the Ninth Circuit Conference to be held this summer in Portland, Oregon. And then to start off Law Week itself, we will be holding a naturalization ceremony here on May 1st. And we'll continue with the Judges in the Classroom program that started with District Judge Dave Carter from the Central District of California visiting Tinian junior and senior high school students just last month. And we will end the month of May with an award ceremony for the winners of our civics and photo contests. These events encourage collaboration, build partnerships, and demonstrate respect for one another in the spirit of this year's Law Day theme. And so at this time, Magistrate Judge Heather L. Kennedy and I will sign the district court's proclamation. Now, therefore, we, the undersigned, hereby jointly proclaim May 1st to the 5th of 2023 as Law Week in the Commonwealth. And we urge everyone to observe this week by practicing the virtues of civility and collaboration, and by dedicating themselves to civic responsibility. And in witness whereof, we have here unto us at our hands this 21st day of April in the year 2023. So here we go. Thank you. Thank you, Mouse, and thank you, Justice Flores.
Thank you to those in the U.S. District Court for the NMI. Now we will head over to the island of Luta, where they sign their proclamation.
Siglo sumama si Judge Mona Manglonia. It's an honor and a privilege for me to introduce, for their signatures, Mayor of Rota, Aubrey M. Hukuk, and the Chairman of the Rota Legislative Delegation, Senator Donald Manglonia. Mayor,
Thank you, Chief Justice. Good morning, distinguished guests and members of the public. I am truly honored to be here today to be part of this prestigious signing ceremony to highlight the importance of our judicial system and the rule of law. Our forefathers have allowed us, the people of the Commonwealth and in our region, to carry forward the dream of creating a society that ensures social, economic, and political justice for all citizens. By being here today, we play our part to dedicate and recognize our civic responsibility as American citizens that come from various ethnic backgrounds, promoting our unique cultural practices and beliefs, the beauty of a diverse population in support of living the American dream. It is with great pride that we join forces to celebrate this historic occasion with our leaders from all branches of the federal government, the executive, judicial, and legislative branch from all across the Mariana chain of islands of Saipan, Rota, Tinian, and Guam. And celebrating with us with our children from Sinapao Elementary School, our students from Dr. Rita Hokuk Enos Junior Senior High School, our leaders of Rota, and members of the public, including one of the sons of Rota, who presently sits as a Chief Justice of the Commonwealth or the CNMI Supreme Court, the Honorable Alexandra Castro. I would also like to recognize the significant achievements of Chief Justice Castro and his colleagues, the Associate Justice Perry Enos and Associate Justice John Manglonia, all who serve in the CNMI Supreme Court and all who are from our beautiful island of Luta. I would also like to thank and give praise to all those who serve as judges, lawyers, clerks, marshals, and all others in the judicial system around the world, but most especially here in our great Commonwealth. Thank you for your service, and I hope that some of our children present in this courtroom today will one day aspire to be a judge, a lawyer, or a member of our court system, advocating for justice and equality. We will be forever grateful for our unalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And by the authority vested in me as mayor, by the NMI Constitution and the people of the NMI, I set my hands hereunto this 21st day of April in the year 2023, and along with the undersigned, hereby declare May 1st through May 5th as Law Week in the Commonwealth.
Thank you, Mayor Hokuk. Good morning to everyone present here today at the Rota Centro and Justicia. Hafade to our brothers and sisters up north and down south. The Rota legislative delegation comprised of Senator Dennis James Mendiola, Senator Paul Manglonia, Representative Julie Ogo, and I, along with the Rota mayor and our 19th Rota Municipal Council members, are honored to partake in this historic event. And we join the rest of the Marianas in recognizing Law Week in the Commonwealth and Law Month on Guam. And so with that, by the authority vested in me as the chairman and by the laws and the people of the NMI, I set my hands hereunto this 21st day of April in the year 2023. And along with the undersigned, I hereby declare May 1st through May 5th as Law Week in the Commonwealth.
Thank you, Mayor Hokuk and Chairman Senator Donald Manglonia. Now we will turn our attention over to the island of Tinian, where we will be joined at the Koten Tinian by Justice Enos and Mayor Edwin Aldan, along with their viewing in-person audience.
Thank you, Tomas, and thank you, Chief Justice Castro, Mayor Hokuk, and Chairman Manglonia. Hafaday Zantirawami, Gining Koten Tinian. Joining me in this table, in Koten Tinian are the entire leadership of the Tinian the legislative delegation and the municipal council members. This is indeed a historical day for our islands. Today, we gather to celebrate the values that underlie the democracy and our system of government based on the rule of law. Observing Law Day has been a tradition for the judiciary, going as far back as the Trust Territory era. Our historical archives reveal that in May of 1969, then Judge Benavente of the Trust Territory Court, he delivered a speech to the elementary and junior high school students on the island of Rhoda on the importance of Law Day. The topic that year was Justice and Equality Depends Upon the Law and You. Now, we have many activities lined up for Law Week. We have the judges and the justices that have been visiting the various elementary, junior, and high schools throughout the Marianas, Saipan, Tinian, and Rhoda. We have the Saipan Southern High School students who will be touring Guma Justicia this afternoon. The Essay and Poster Contest Awards and Attorney Admissions will be on May 1st. There will be a mock trial scrimmage on May 3rd at Guma Justicia. We also have a graduation, drug court graduation on May 4th. The Attorney General's Cup, a speech competition, that will be on May 5th. And the coveted Amku Takeover Day as Justice and Judge will be scheduled for May 12th. We will be very busy for the month of May. Now I'm going to call upon the Honorable Mayor Edwin Odan to make his remarks.
Thank you, and Justice Inus. Half a day, Tiro, and good morning to all. I want to begin by recognizing also the presence of our Tinian junior high students that are here participating on this historical event. To the leadership of Tinian, RDH's, Mayor's Office staff, and the community members for you. Thank you for coming to this historical event again this morning. Welcome and thank you for all to this event highlighting the importance of rule of law. We are gathered here today to proclaim the Law Week in the Commonwealth and Guam. As a nation, we value the idea that everyone, regardless of age or stature, must follow the rules of law. This year's Law Day theme is Cornerstones of Democracy: Civics, Civility, and Collaboration. Civics is about understanding our rights and obligations as citizens, including the freedom of speech and religion guaranteed by the Constitution. Civility is about treating others with respect, even when we disagree. Collaboration means working together for the good of our island. Together, this concept reminds us that we are one Marianas, from Guam in the southern island to Fireland de Paros in the north. As we continue to work together to improve civics, civility, and collaboration, let us ensure that Guam and the Marianas, the Commonwealth, have a bright future ahead. Thank you. May God bless Guam and God bless the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. Thank you again. By the authority vested in me as mayor, by the laws and the people of the INMI, I set my hands hereunto this 21st day of April in the year 2023, and along with the undersigned, hereby declare May 1st to May 5th as Law Week in the Commonwealth.
Thank you. Back to you, Tomas.
Thank you so much to our friends and family over in Tinian. That concludes our ceremony, our proclamation ceremony. Again, a historic first for our Marianas and the judiciary. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you to the staff behind the scenes on Guam, Tinian, Luta, and Saipan who made this live stream and event possible. This stream will be made available to view on KUAM after the event. Please stay tuned to the judiciary social media pages as well for all the upcoming Law Week related events. Have a great day, and let's give a round of applause for this historic event.
Viva!